What I'll do, first of all, I'll tell you everyone's names so you're clear who it is. My name's Steve and I'm a policeman and I work here at Barnet Police Station. This lady here, her name's Cleo.
Cleo and Steve.
Cleo and
Steve. With Jean Clement.
I know, I haven't met Jean Clement, but we do similar jobs, but he works in a different part of London, doesn't he? I think he works south, yeah, somewhere else. I've never met him, but he does work. He's a policeman.
Yes, he's a sergeant.
He's a police sergeant,
yes.
Is he? Oh, okay. And Cleo's a police lady, and her job is the controller today, and that means she controls everything that's going on there, making sure it's all working. Okay, and if you see, she had a pen and paper and she might make some notes because she might want to ask something at the end. Do you want a pen? And then from then we'll talk. So that leaves one other person here, and that's you. Can I just ask you to say your full name, please? What's your first name?
Elisa.
Elisa.
Well, my real name is Grace.
Grace.
But my name my name is Elisa Gareva Dearman, but my second name is Grace, as I said.
So Alicia Grace Gareva
Dearman.
Okay, so it's 4 names you've got.
Yes.
Okay, so and have you got a middle name? Is Grace your middle name?
Yes.
And no other names?
No, it's Grace.
Okay, perfect. So Alicia Grace Gareva Dearman.
Yes.
Okay. And how old are you, Alicia?
I'm 9 years. I'm 9 years old right now.
Yeah. And so, do you prefer to be called Alicia or Grace?
Elisa. Because I'm used to being called Elisa.
Yeah, Elisa. Okay.
And I've been called Grace.
No. Okay. So, what I'd like to do is just go through some of the rules and just explain today's date. It's 10:30 in the evening, and it's the 5th of September. And as I said, we're here at Barnet, and what we're going to talk about, I wasn't there. So because I wasn't there, I need you to explain in as much detail everything you can remember. Okay, so just really think about everything that you can remember and tell me about it. Okay. If I ask you something and you don't understand what I'm saying, tell me, yeah? And I'll look at a different way, okay? And that goes the other way. If you say something and I'm not really sure what you mean, I might ask you to say it again, or I might ask the question in a different way.
Or something.
Yeah, I might say, well, what does that mean? Or can you tell me? And so that's that one, really. If I ask you a question and you don't know the answer, that's fine. Just tell me you don't know, okay? And that's because I want you to tell everything the truth, okay? I don't want you to guess. If you don't know, just tell me, okay? And that leads on the next thing. We must tell the truth, and that's you and me. So if I ask you something, you've got to tell me the truth, and if you ask me something, I'll tell you the truth. Should we agree that, shall we? Yeah? What I want to do is just make sure you understand the difference between truth and a lie. Okay? I've had this paper.
Truth is, and also is just opposite.
Truth is what?
Truth is opposite.
Opposite to
well,
what?
Lie is opposite truth.
Lie is opposite to the truth. So, right, if I tell you this, if I've drawn this picture here, this is on Cleo's paper. She sees this picture. And she says, who drawn that? I said, yes, it was me that drew it. I'm sorry. Would that be the truth or a lie?
That would be truth.
That would be the truth. So what would have been a lie?
No, I did not draw it, or somebody else, I don't know who.
That would be a lie, yes. So, why do sometimes people tell the truth? Tell the lie. Why do sometimes people tell a lie?
So, because maybe sometimes they do. Maybe it's personal, I don't know.
What do you mean?
So maybe like if, I don't know, so why would they say a lie?
Yeah, why would they say a lie?
Maybe they don't want you to know about that.
Yeah, sometimes they don't want to tell you about it. Yeah.
Maybe they don't want to be in trouble. They don't want anyone to be in trouble.
That's also a good reason that sometimes people lie. That's true. that people don't want to get in trouble. And in here, you won't get in trouble, okay? As long as you tell the truth, you will not get in trouble for anything you've said or done, okay? As long as you tell us now. Okay? Yeah? And I promise that. And I say I've got to tell the truth as well. And from that, I need to say that includes if you use rude words or things like that. In here, you're allowed to use those rude words, okay? Your mummy knows what we're going to be talking about and knows that you're here, and she won't tell you off if you need to use those sort of words. I'd rather you use those rude words to tell me exactly what happened than try and make it polite and you miss out things that have happened.
So I don't understand.
Well, say for example, me and Cleo were having a conversation and you heard Cleo swear.
Yes.
Right? Do you understand that bit?
Yes.
So me and her talking, Cleo swore while she was talking to me. She said a rude word. And then I say to you, did you hear what Cleo said? And I say, tell me what Cleo said. I'd rather you tell me everything, including the swear words.
So I should say.
Say like said, oh, Cleo said, oh, this camera's shit. Say she said that, and I say to you, what did Cleo say? I don't want you to say, oh, Cleo said the camera's rubbish. I want you to say, Cleo said the camera was shit. Do you see?
Yes, so I should.
So don't try and make it polite.
Yes.
Say exactly. Is that clear?
Yes, so I should say what exactly.
Exactly. Perfect. Well done. Thank you. So you've come here with your mum, and do you live with your mum? Do you?
Yeah, I live with her.
And who else do you live with?
And that's just my mum I live with. Only my mum.
No one else?
No.
No other family in your
I don't
house?
live with my dad, no.
What about brothers?
No. I live with my brother Gabriel.
So it's you, Gabriel, your mum?
Yes, and when three.
Three of you?
Yes.
Okay.
But my big brother James, he sometimes comes.
Okay, and who's James?
James is just my big brother, but he's not really like he knows this about this, but no, he doesn't really like doing it.
What do you mean?
So my big brother James.
Yeah, James. How old is James?
He's about 17, but he's not really included because he doesn't really live with us.
Oh, okay, so where does he live?
He lives with his like other dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he doesn't live with us, but
okay.
he comes to visit us on Saturdays.
Oh, I see. So is he your half a brother? Is he?
And he is my brother. He is my brother.
Right.
So it's just that his dad is married to so my mum married two men.
Yep.
So first is when my big brother was born.
Yeah.
And after she broke up with his name is Will.
Yeah.
He broke up with him.
Yeah.
And after him, she didn't marry, but she loved Ricky, which is my dad.
Yeah.
So then we were born. So then she broke up.
So your dad is Ricky. James's dad is Will.
Will Draper, and my mum's name is Ella Draper.
But you and James both have the same mum, who's Ella, yeah?
Yes.
Understand. And what about Gabriel?
Gabriel, yes, he's my brother, yes.
And is he the son of Will, or is he the son of Ricky?
Son is Ricky. Me and Gabriel are the daughter and son of Ricky, and James is son of Will.
Perfect. So you live with your mum?
Yes.
And do you ever get to see your dad, do you?
My dad, Ricky.
Ricky, do you ever get to see him?
Every two Saturdays, but actually, in fact, he lies to my mum, and he says that he just sees us every two Saturdays.
And do you see him every 2 Saturdays?
Orders.
Okay.
So
do you see him every 2 Saturdays?
Nope. We see him every single day.
Every single day? And how do you do
school, that? He comes to our school.
Oh, does he? And what does he do at the school?
He does sex to us. He kills babies there.
Right.
We eat babies. We drink their blood.
Okay.
Because this is how we do it. So like on Wednesdays is the most special, busiest day.
Right. Okay. We'll take it little bit by little bit. So you say your dad comes to your school every day.
Yes.
What does that mean? He comes
That
to your
means
school every day.
so that means he comes like whenever we have school on Saturdays. He comes and sees us there.
Whereabouts does he come and see you?
My school, Christchurch Primary School.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that's the area we live next to Christchurch Primary School.
Yeah.
Because we live in 5 Patterson Road, and then after he comes to our school.
Okay. So who drops you off at school in the morning?
My mum.
So you get dropped off at school.
Yes.
When you get dropped off at school, what do you do then?
So then they check if the coast is clear, if my mum's not there or anything around the area.
Okay.
So they go, Mr. Morris, the caretaker.
Yeah.
He goes around the school areas and checks if my mum is there or anything, like if the coast is clear.
Right.
And after they call my dad and say that everything's alright, my mum is not there, it's all clear.
How do you know that?
Because they got the number of my dad.
And how do you know that?
Because I heard them talking to my dad. That was exactly my own dad's voice. Exactly.
So where were you when you heard this caretaker speaking to your dad?
Staff room.
Why were you in the staff room?
Because that's where they do sex to me.
So you've got to school. Right,
Yes.
You've got to school. How did you get to school?
So we just go and buy a car though.
So you go by car
Yes.
with your mum.
Yes.
Get to the school.
Yes.
So you get out of the car.
Yes.
And where do you go first of all?
So this is where we park, and there's this little path. You go upstairs, and then there's a little path, and then here's our school.
Yeah.
So then you just walk in, but that's where the infants are. But you have to go further along, and that's where the junior, because I'm in junior. So then when you go in the junior, there's downstairs, and then there's a big playground, and then there's this office and the whole school there.
So you go into the school in the infants part,
Yes.
and you walk round to the primary
Yes, so
part.
then at the front, when you just come in the room,
Okay.
there's this an office just at the front. There's a door going in the hallway where we do assembly,
Yeah.
and on the on the left, you go in, and there's the headmistress office there,
Okay.
and then the staff toilet, and it's just this like where the teachers go and do the typing and work.
Yeah.
And there's upstairs, there's year 4 and year 5.
Yeah.
And after, just like I'm in year 4, so in year 4 there's just there, and then year 5 is there on that side,
Okay.
and the staff room is just at the front of us.
Okay.
So just walk in the staff room, and then there's this kitchen, and then there's a sofa, and that's where we do sex.
So why do you go in there first of all? Why don't you just go to class?
Like, we go to class sometimes too. Yes.
Right. So
We go to class
Okay.
sometimes. Yes.
Okay. So you go to class.
Yes.
Okay. And then what happens when you get
And
to
then
class?
they got this, in my classroom, they got this little door at the back, right at the back
Yeah.
of the classroom. They got a little door, and it's just like a tiny little room. It's all stuffed with sweets, prizes, especially to pay the children with sweets to do sex to them.
Right.
Yeah, so they give sweets as much as they like.
Yeah.
So they give sweets so till they're like full, they're done. So because while they eat the sweets, they do sex to them. So they pay them sweets, and then after they do what they want them to do.
Okay.
Because our the children.
Who? What children? What children?
So there's children from our school, 200 children in our
Yes.
school, but it's not like all.
Okay.
There's 20
What
special
ones?
children.
Who are these 20 special
There's
children?
Millie, she's a brown girl.
Millie who?
Millie Cowell,
Millie Cow.
yes.
Okay. So how do you know she's one of the 20 special children?
Because I know, because she comes and they do sex to her, mostly.
Who's they? Who's they?
The teachers, the parents, the staff.
Every single teacher or specific teachers?
No, the whole school does it. The whole school, and we got our own church
Yeah.
too. So because they do that, because after, as I said, we kill babies, we drink their blood, we eat them.
Okay.
But then after so the social services who are in it,
Yeah.
they go to families, So if the families can't afford, so they got a baby but they can't look after it or anything, they can't buy food, or they can't buy clothes, they can't look after it. So the families who sell their children.
Yeah.
So the social services get them. They say they get them to a foster home, but they don't. They get the babies or the children, and then they get Miss Marden, our nurse in our school. She injects the child or baby in the neck just here though.
Right. Okay. And how do you know that?
Because I saw her doing it.
How did you see her doing it?
Because I saw her in the staff room. She was getting this. So she got this injection, and she done. So the baby was there. It was just sitting on the table,
right.
And I was just laughing there. And after she just injected her, and it was it was slowly went to sleep. But not just like a thud, not like just fell straight away. They put because it looked like it was slowly moving down like that.
Right.
Yes,
okay.
And then after
so baby's gone to sleep.
Yes, and then after they get put on this bit, they get the baby, they hang it upside down.
And how do they hang it upside
with
down?
the string.
From where?
On the wall, because there's this little like is a screw, unless they put a string, it's like a circle string, tie it to the legs, hang it upside down, and then they get the knife they use for cutting the baby's head off. So you know this big ones, like this big Chinese ones, which you chop up coconut and stuff.
Right.
Yes, they get cleavers, aren't they? No.
Okay.
I don't know what they're called.
You've described it well enough.
Yes.
Okay.
So then because our dad, he forces me and Gabriel to do it. But because we can't, we're not strong enough to cut the baby's head off. He does us to hold the knife, and he puts his hand at the top of our hand, and he helps us to cut the baby's head off. Because he's learning, he's teaching me and Gabriel, so when we're older, to do it to our own children and do this kind of stuff to our own children.
Where is it that happens?
The church, the kitchen in our church.
The kitchen in the church.
Yes, they got. Yes.
So right, this string. Tell me about this string.
So it's just like, it's not just like just a thin normal string. It's a bit thick. It's like maybe that thick.
Okay.
And they tie around.
Okay.
Like in a circle.
Right.
Hang it up on
Where do they tie it to on the baby?
So it's like on legs. So they put the legs together, tie it on.
Yeah.
And so it's like one string around and then one string attached.
Yeah.
And it's hanging upside down. They get the knife, but they don't just cut it off absolutely. It's still on. So they slide the head off, but it's still hanging on.
So okay.
Yes, and then there's a big white bowl on the floor, and then the blood drips in, and then we pour it in a big silver goblet.
Okay, so where's this white bowl? Where did they get the white bowl from?
They bought the big white bowl.
From where?
There's any shop, any white.
And where did they get the bowl? Where did they get the bowl from this time?
Any shop like this. So you know.
But you obviously didn't see them get the bowl.
No, I don't know. I don't know what shop. But I think they went to this. What is it called? Next Brent Cross.
Okay.
It's near Brent Cross.
Where is it kept at the
in a
church?
In a cupboard.
What cupboard?
There's just like a normal cupboard. So it's like
Whereabouts?
like a cupboard, like a kitchen cupboard.
Right. Okay.
So
where is this kitchen cupboard?
There's a kitchen in the church and in a school.
Right. There's a kitchen.
Yes.
I've got it. This kitchen.
Yes.
So we're in the kitchen.
Yes.
Baby's hanging up.
Yes.
And you said that there's a
yes,
white
so
bowl.
Yes.
And it's kept in a
Yes.
cupboard. So what cupboard is it kept in?
It's just a wooden cupboard. So it's like.
Okay. So if I was to go in the kitchen, how would I find it? Tell me how I can find it.
So it's like, it's not as big as this room. It's much bigger. Much bigger.
Right.
So it's just like maybe just around on this wall, just around here. There's this little cupboard.
Right.
It's not little. It's kind of medium size.
Right. There's a medium cupboard. So where's the door? So you described the kitchen.
The door is a bit like that. Like that.
So the door's over there.
Yes.
Then you said the cupboard would be in the other corner.
Yes.
Have I got that right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And is the cupboard Up in the top or down on the bottom?
No, it's at the top, so like in the middle, like that. Yes.
And you say it's wooden. What colour wooden?
Just normal brown wood.
Okay. And there are any other cupboards around it?
Yes, there is some other cupboards like around the walls.
So
lots and lots and lots. So there's just a few.
If I come in, how can I go to that cupboard without making any mistake with one of the other cupboards?
So like if you come in a room, here's this sink, and here's this big table, and just this little, as I said, a cupboard.
Okay.
So you see this frame and it says Wish.
Yeah.
It's like a bit bigger than that size, and it's just that colour of wood, a bit brown, and then it's just this cupboard, and then just got the normal handles, and then just like there's just wooden handles.
Okay.
So you have to open, and there's this white bowl and a silver goblet. The two things that we use, the plates that we used to eat the baby on. Yes. So and they tell me and Gabriel, but who actually killed the babies was my father. He kills the babies.
Okay. So the baby's hanging up, and you say, how do they hang it up? What do they use? You've got the string on the leg, and then what's it attached to?
No, it's got a screwdriver on the wall.
There's a screwdriver on the wall. Whereabouts on the wall?
It's just like a wall. It's not like the same like this room. The door is actually there. That's the kitchen where we actually do that's the usual kitchen where we usually like.
So you go in, through the door. So where's this screw on the wall? So
it's just like the door. Pretend the door is just there.
Yeah.
It's another kitchen there.
Yeah.
This is the kitchen that we usually use.
Yeah. So how do I know that's a different kitchen? What's different about this kitchen?
Because
where is
this
it?
is this a different shape, and it looks different.
Whereabouts is this kitchen
in our school?
Whereabouts in the school?
So it's just like this school, just this normal kitchen school. The kitchen. Yes, where they make the school dinners.
So, right, in the school canteen kitchen. Okay, so it's in there. So you go in the door. Where's the screw on the wall?
So it's just like that. It's just like this. So here's the door when you come in, and there's this little screwdriver.
Screwdriver. Sorry,
screwdriver. It's not a screwdriver. A screw.
Right, a screw.
Yes, it's in the wall.
Right.
But it got a space on.
Yeah.
So you have to hang the string on.
Yeah.
But you make sure it's still it's like secure.
Yeah.
So they put because Mr. Morris he works hard. He works with hammers. He works that kind of stuff. Yeah. So he gets this screw in the wall, and then after he hangs it up, he hangs the baby up.
Right, okay.
And Papa and me, either me or Gabriel hold on to the knife, but he actually kills the baby because he puts his hand on our hand.
Okay.
So then he says to swing and then just chop off the baby's head off, but like stop straight away, like maybe so like once, so you go like this one, and then just leave a bit of space so it's still on the head. But it's just the blood is dripping in the bowl though. That's how we drain out the blood.
Okay, so you do that. Blood's dripping. Does blood not go like everywhere? Or not?
No. We don't make that. We go like this. Like we don't just go like smash like that. We go like this. One like not so speedy.
Yeah.
Just like medium speed. So you just go like that fast. Like that, and we make sure it's not like blood spilled everywhere, because we make sure that everything is clean, as much as clean as they can do it, because they clean it after that too.
Okay.
So if there's blood is on the floor or something like that, they wipe it off.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
the blood's in the bowl.
Yes, and then we after we pour it in the silver goblet.
And where do they get this silver goblet from?
I don't know what shop.
No, but like where it...
Yes, it's with the white bowl in the same cupboard.
In the same cupboard?
Yes.
This wooden cupboard? And that's not in this kitchen with the hanging on the screw, it's on a different kitchen, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they get the bowl from the other kitchen to that kitchen.
Understood. So where are all the people that work in the canteen then when this is happening?
I don't understand.
Well, there's obviously... If it's a kitchen, to make, I assume Is it to make all the children's lunches?
Yes, but instead of
people?
making the children lunches, they give baby to the children.
They give baby to the children.
Yes, so they give if they say there's spaghetti bolognese that day, they put a bit of baby meat in all the time.
And how do they make baby meat to use spaghetti
Because
bolognese?
because they cut the baby. Mrs. Forsyth,
Yeah.
the headmistress, she cuts the baby.
And what about all the bones and that?
Yes, they keep the bones.
Where?
But
Where do they go?
No, I know, but the bones they don't just keep them. They make stuff out of them. So they make statues of the
Where
church.
are all these statues?
Yes, because they got carving, there's people carving people. They work near Swiss Cottage, somewhere there. That's where they work, in a carving shop. And then they tell there's a man called Felix there, and then he makes he makes statues of churches. He makes that kind of stuff. So he makes.
Sorry. Can you be quiet, please? We're just doing an interview. Cheers.
Yeah, we didn't know that.
Yeah, no, fine. Cheers.
So it's just they make statues and stuff out of the bones.
Yeah.
Because they got as I said, they got carving people. So they got Felix, they got Max.
Yeah.
Those are the two people who are the best ones at carving.
Yeah.
So our church, we got our own church.
Yeah.
Yes, they make carving of that church, and then they don't just sell it.
Yeah.
They sell it sometimes, but they keep it. The school keeps it sometimes,
Yeah.
but usually they sell it for money because they want money.
And how do you know all this?
Because I saw they have statues of them.
Okay. So Felix makes statues.
Yes, and the
he
skulls
he-
of the babies. You know the skulls.
Yeah.
Yes, they get the skulls and they make hole. They make a hole with a driller. So they make a hole in, and they tie string around,
Yeah.
and then they put it all around the body, but they're naked, and they got this tattoo on the private with little piercings.
Okay.
Not earrings, but little gold piercings around the private.
Yeah.
And they all dance around with skulls on in the church there.
Okay.
So they have skulls the teachers and the staff. They got 20 skulls each.
And how do you know they've got 20 each?
Yes, because I counted once. They were there's one here, and then there's one here, and there's one on the neck here. They looks like skulls everywhere, on the knees, on the elbows. It looks like armor.
Okay. So if I was to try and find these skulls, where would I find them?
Yes, in the church.
Where
in the church?
church?
So there's this secret rooms. They got secret rooms.
Go on. Tell me, how
Yes.
do I find this secret?
So when you go in the secret rooms, because they hide it in loads of places.
Would
They
you be
hide
able
it
to help
in-
me find them, would you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so,
but they just hide them anywhere. They just hide it in one place, then they move to other place, then they move to other place. There's just
Okay, so I go into the church now.
yes, and they hide. Usually they hide it in their houses
How
because
do
they
you
have
know
parties in their houses.
that? Okay.
Because
And
Mr.
how do you know
Hollings,
that?
my teacher,
Yes.
he lives in Highgate.
Right.
Yes. If you can see his house, because his Porsche,
Yeah.
he got Porsche, and it's just at the front of his house.
Okay. So, how do you know he keeps them in his house?
Because I know, because I went to his house once.
Tell me about his house. What does it look like?
It's big. It's big. It's
Okay, big. We go in the front door. What colour's
Yes.
the front door?
It's just normal black colour. Normal black.
Normal black.
Yes,
So
yes.
We go. I go in. I've gone in to
Yes.
Mr. Peter's house. Was it? Sorry.
No, Mr. Hollings.
Mr. Hollings. Sorry. Gone into Mr. Hollings' house.
Yes.
Through the black door.
Yes, and then
So
there's this,
what do I go into? What
corridor.
room?
There's a
Into the
corridor.
Tell me
Um,
about the corridor first of all.
So there's a corridor, and then it's just got it's just a little corridor, and there's this little table there, and the shoes there, all his
Okay.
kind of shoes. Yes.
Right.
and-
Stop there. Stop.
yes.
Sorry, I don't mean to. It's rude of me to
Yes,
interrupt
it's
you.
okay.
I'm sorry. So we've gone into this corridor. You said it's a small corridor.
Yes.
It's a table
Yes.
with shoes.
Yes.
So tell me about the table. Tell me everything about this table.
This table is it's not it does not have stuff on. It doesn't have
Okay.
just skulls on. It doesn't have that.
No.
It got just maybe car keys. Maybe it got his jacket on.
Okay.
Maybe it got his bag on. I don't know. Different kind of stuff. Personal stuff.
Okay, so this table, what does it look like?
It's just like a normal, like a square table.
So it's square.
Yes.
Because obviously, like in here, like someone could describe that as a table, this as a table. So they're all very different, aren't they? So tell me about, first of all, if you stand up for me, stand up, can you stand up? So how high to you is the table?
Here.
Okay.
Here, somewhere here.
Okay, so it's somewhere there. And then what colour is it?
It's just normal, just normal like black colour like this. It's normal wood and black.
Wood and black.
Yes,
so it's wood and black.
Yes.
Okay. So it's so it's a little bit higher than this table. It's wood and black. It's square.
Yes. So it's just like that big, like that. That's the same like this and like this.
Okay. And then so that's the top of it, described, and it's square.
Yes.
And then when you go down a bit, what's there?
Yes, just under the table there's shoes there, his shoes there, so like all his different kind of shoes.
So under the table keeps his shoes?
Yes.
Okay. And then what about the floor? What's on the floor?
On the floor is just, as I said, it's just got shoes on. And it got a little
what's
carpet.
The floor? Sorry?
It got carpet on the floor too.
What sort of carpet?
Well, it's not like a carpet, it's not like carpet everywhere. There's like, you know when you come in the house and there's just usually a small carpet at the front of the door. Yeah, it got that, and then the rest is just wooden.
What sort of
just
wood?
Brown. Just, you see this coloured door, just that, like that.
So that shows quite a dark brown. Can you just move the camera to the door for us? So that sort of colour brown. So that's colour brown for his floor.
Yes.
So you go down the corridor.
Yes.
And then what rooms are off the corridor?
So where's this corridor? Here's the living room, here's the kitchen, and then just there's this toilet, and then here's you go up the room, up the stairs.
Okay. So so go in.
Yes.
There's a living room.
Yes.
A kitchen.
Yes.
A downstairs toilet.
Yes.
And some stairs that go upstairs.
Yes. Yes.
And have you been in all of those rooms downstairs?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about the living room first of all. What's in there?
The living room, they've got secret rooms in there.
What does that mean?
They've got secret rooms in there.
In the living room?
Yes.
Okay, well tell me about...
top secret.
Okay, if we talk about the not top secret bits first of all, tell me about the normal bits of the living room.
Yes, it's just like, it's bigger than this.
Okay, so it's a room bigger than this?
Yes, it's a big large room, and then you've got a table, you've got a television, you've got a sofa. It's like a normal living room.
Okay.
Yes, and just there's like a half part is a living room and a half part is a dining room.
Okay.
So it's like mixed rooms. That's why it's big.
Okay, so it's got a living room and a dining room.
Yes.
Yep. And
in one whole room.
Has he got any tables or chairs or sofas or anything like that? What's he got?
So he's got a television, just a big Samsung.
Samsung. How do you know it's Samsung?
Because you can see silver writing Samsung on.
Okay, so he's got Samsung telly, a big one. And where is that telly?
It's just like a different, it looks a bit like a table like that, but it's a bit smaller. It's a bit like this size, this height.
And how big is that area thing?
It's the same size, but it's just this height.
So it's as big as this, but smaller. So about this height.
Yes.
But okay.
And then it's just the television is down and the sofa's there.
Tell me about the sofa. What sort of sofa?
So it's not like a sofa. It's not like a multicoloured. It's just like this, not brown, but it's kind of blackish, really dark brown.
And what sort of size is the sofa?
It's like this, but like if you join that chair to the sofa, so if it's like that, and you add a chair just here, so it's a join.
So it's longer, is it?
Yes.
And what about? And then okay.
So it's a long sofa, it's like that, like this.
And what shape is it, the sofa?
So it's like this. So it's like that, the sofa, like that.
Okay, like an L shape.
Yes, like that.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's got a bigger sofa than this. It's like a blacky colour.
Yes,
it's in an L shape.
Really dark brown. But like much darker.
And where does he keep the baby skulls?
The baby skulls in his house, yes.
Whereabouts?
So then at the front, where the dining room, there's this big wardrobe, and he just keeps maybe spare clothes or anything like that. Maybe if there's maybe plates, bowls, anything like that.
Yeah.
He just keeps it there. But it's not like the wardrobe is just like the scar's right in the wardrobe.
Yeah.
You can see it, like you open the door and you can see it.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It's
No?
top secret in there.
Go on, tell me how to find
Yes.
it.
So then after it's just maybe just because sometimes he keeps spare clothes, as I said.
Yeah.
So you've got a hanger and you've got just clothes, the coats or anything like that. There. And then after you have to apart the clothes.
Correct.
And there's a little door there, but it's like it looks camouflaged. You
How
can't
do you
really
mean?
see it.
So how would I be able to find it? The door.
So here's the clothes, but you can't see the door because the clothes are at the front of it.
Yeah.
It's all covered like that.
Yeah.
But you have to part the clothes, and after you can see, it looks like just like a normal wall.
Yeah.
But it's not a normal wall. It got a little handle there.
Is there?
Yes.
And what does this handle look like? How could I find it?
It's like not like a handle like that, but it's still wooden. It's like a bendy one, like
Okay.
how to say like that.
Okay. And when I open that door, what do I find?
So then inside, you have to go downstairs, underground.
It goes
so-
underground.
Yes.
And what's in there underground?
So then we go underground, and after there's this little hallway, and on the right there's this door, and then there's this big, enormous secret room.
And what's in the secret room?
In the secret room there's cupboards everywhere. Looks like everywhere, but then they do sex there too.
How do you know they do sex there?
Because they took me there to do sex.
Who took you there?
My father, Mr. Hollings took me.
So you're who?
My father.
Your father, sorry. Okay, do you call him father or papa?
Papa.
Is it papa? So papa's taking you down there, and what did you do there?
So it's just like, say after you do sex there, so
What
they
does
have
sex mean?
So like they have they buy plastic willies.
Right, okay.
Yes, and then they strap it on, but they make sure it hurt. They want plastic willies. They don't want to use their real willies.
Why not?
Because it just doesn't hurt. They want to make sure it hurts.
Okay, so who's they? So Papa and who else?
Mr. Hollings,
Papa and
headmistress.
Okay, so
all the
Papa,
teachers.
Mr. Hollings, the headmistress.
Yes, Miss Marden, Mr. Fanoni, Mr. Gorge.
Okay, so who done it when you went to that house? Who was there?
So all the staff.
All the staff.
All the the parents of all the children. They all know about it.
Okay.
They do it.
Okay. And so you've got in there.
Yes.
And who's used the plastic willies?
All of them. All of them.
And where do they keep the plastic willies?
They keep them in the cupboards. They got, as I said, they got cupboards around.
Okay.
So they got like maybe 2 cupboards there and 2 cupboards there. They got cupboards around, all around the room.
Okay. So I want to just make sure I get this absolutely correct. So
And
if
they
I
got
went to
exits. So if because they know that because they do not trust me and Gabriel.
Yeah.
That because they say that not to tell anyone about this.
Yes. Okay.
But they do not trust us.
No. Why
No,
not?
because they can see them because they when they tell us not to tell about this anything, they look so curious. It looks like they don't trust us.
Okay. So I'll just get it right. Mr. Hollings' house.
Yes.
I'll go there. He has a Porsche outside. Then you go to the door. Dark door.
Yes.
You go into a corridor.
Yes.
It's got a little carpet by the door. Wooden floor, very dark like this door.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
On the sides of the you showed me
there's
there.
a living room at the front. There's a kitchen, and then
There's a little table.
Yes.
Then you go into the living room.
Yes.
It's got a large sofa.
Yes.
Which is in an L shape.
Yes.
Big Samsung telly
Yes.
on a large black shelf
Yes,
thing
yes.
you described. You said in the dining room area,
Yes.
he's got a wardrobe.
Yes.
Then
And it's all just stuffed in spare clothes, as you said.
all stuff with spare clothes, but if you part it, you
Yes.
find a little door.
Yes, but you can't.
which goes down
You
into
can't
the
really
cellar.
see it because it's kind of camouflaged.
It's camouflage.
Like, yes, it looks a
but
bit.
there's a little wooden handle.
Yes, yes,
You can open that.
yes. But
Go
they've got
down.
exits. The thing is that they've got exits there because they can run out the house too.
Right. Okay. But you go down into this. It takes you into a basement,
Yes,
and then in there's loads of cupboards.
yes. Loads of cupboards and I
And
said
in there-
yes,
Your dad, Papa, Mr. Hollings, some other members of staff,
yes,
have then had sex with you.
Yes.
Using plastic willies.
Yes, and then they touch each other.
Okay.
And as I said, they sell me and my brother for £50 each every single day.
To who?
To any people who any people who would do who are the kind of people who will actually do sex to who can't come to school, who are busy or anything like that, but then they keep me and Gabriel to do sex to us. They got the equipment, so they got the plastic willies, and then they do it, and then after maybe for 2 hours, maybe 1 hour, during school hours.
Okay, so what is sex?
Yes.
We haven't said what sex is. What is it?
So sex. So they touch each. So they touch each other on a private.
Right.
And as I said, I didn't tell you about this, but they got this big plastic stick.
Right.
Yes, not plastic, but wooden.
Yeah.
Yes, and then they put it between our legs, and they hit it right between us, but like in between our legs.
So they hit you with a wooden stick between your legs.
Yes.
And what's that? Is that sex? Is it?
No. But that's how they hurt us. But the real sex is they get plastic willies. They stick it in our bum. That's what kind of sex they do.
And what is your bum?
So they stick in the plastic willy in our bum, where the poo comes out.
Okay, so they put a plastic willy in the bum where the poo comes out. Okay.
Yes.
And anywhere else?
Yes, in our front private.
Okay.
And then they
say our front private. Who are you talking about?
No. So if we say it hurts, or if we cry or make a sound, they'll give us spoon licks. So they'll get a spoon.
Spoon licks.
Yes.
What does that mean?
So you get spoons, and then they hit us on the head.
Okay.
That's when whenever we come back to our mum, she always says, she doesn't say, but that's why we always got bumps on our heads.
Okay.
But she doesn't say, why do you have bumps on your head? She doesn't say that.
Do you know how to get to Mr. Holling's house, do you?
Me from our school.
From your school, do you?
A bit. I know some of the way.
Where could if we took you where would you be able to find where his house is?
So I don't remember there's the number of his actual house.
But could you say we drove near it, could you say, yep, it's that one?
Yes, I can spot it because I know, because he always no matter what, he always parks his Porsche at the front.
Oh, okay.
Always. I know, his car looks like, I know absolutely.
Do you know what street it's in? What the name of the street is, or where?
No, I don't remember, but I know it's Highgate. It's Highgate.
So if we went to Highgate, would you be able to find the house?
Yes. If we drove around Highgate, and if I spot if I spot the house, because I know how the house looks like.
But obviously, there's maybe 1,000 houses in Highgate.
Yes.
So how would you know where to go?
No, because
say, turn left down this street.
No, but that's because when me and my Abraham, my mum's friend, and my mum and Gabriel, we go to our friend's house called Gary.
Yeah.
Yes, and then you go through Highgate. He lives near Highgate, so when you go through Highgate, just at the bottom of Highgate, he lives there. So then when we go through, I can also, when you go through on the left, you can that's the road where I remember, that's around there, that's where his house is.
So if we went to Gary's house, you'd be able to tell me from there, would you?
Yeah. But my mum and Abraham knows how to go to Gary's house.
Okay.
So when we're on the way, I know. Yes.
Okay. And has anything ever happened at your dad's house?
Yes.
What?
My father lives at Angel Road.
Oh, okay.
But it's on the corner, right on the corner.
And what happened there?
And so they got the same like Mr. Hollings.
What?
A bit the same house, a bit the same. In this the same looks this, like I said, the wardrobe, that kind of stuff. That's the same. So they got this stairs downstairs. Yes.
Okay. So if I went to your dad's house, get to your dad's house, what colour's door's his?
Yeah, his one is kind of lightish brown.
So it's got a lightish brown door.
Yes.
So go in there.
Yes.
Where's this wardrobe?
In the living room, as I said, a bit like Mr. Hollings.
So go to the living room, and what does this wardrobe look like?
It's not like Mr. Hollings's, but similar. It's long. It's long.
Okay, so go to the wardrobe.
Yes.
And how do I get through the secret door? How do I get into the secret door?
Yeah, they got keys. They got keys to the door because Mr. Morris, my father, Papa.
How could I tell there's a door there? So I go to the wardrobe.
Yes.
How would I know that it's not just the back of a wardrobe and it's a door? How could I tell? What's different about it?
There's no difference. There's no difference.
Where'd you put the key then? I don't know.
No. There's no key to go in a wardrobe.
Yeah.
There's no key.
Right, sorry.
But when you go down the stairs into the secret room, underground, they got the room in there. They got the keys to it.
Okay.
Mr. Morris, Papa, Mrs. Forsyth, Mr. Hollings, they got like big bunches of keys. Big.
So how do I get? So I open the wardrobe. What's in the wardrobe?
So it's just stuffed in with clothes, like
spare
clothes. Yes.
So I get all the clothes out of the way.
Yes.
Then what do I find?
And then after you find it looks like just like a normal wardrobe wall because it's camouflaged and it makes sure you can't see it.
Yes. So
but
how do I
there
find the door?
Because it's just right in the middle. So this is the wardrobe.
Would I be able to see like the gap or not?
No, it's like camouflage. So like imagine this was like red, and then imagine this was like this is the same color.
Would I be able to move the wardrobe out of the way and find a hole in the wall? Would I or not?
No. That's no, because you have to. The door is attached to the wall.
Right.
And it got stairs going down.
So if I move the wardrobe, would I see the door?
Yes.
Okay.
But then if
so is that the best thing to do then, is it?
Yes, sometimes, yes. But sometimes when they go in the wardrobe and they go downstairs, they close behind the door, and then they got this another it looks like another brick wall. It looks like a brick wall door, and then they close it behind too.
Right. So
it looks like a double door.
Let me just make sure I'm clear. So go to your dad's house.
Yes.
Wardrobe's there.
Yes.
I'll move the wardrobe out of the way.
Yes.
There's a door.
Yes.
I go down the stairs.
Yes.
And then what do I see down the stairs?
Down the stairs you go down, and as I said, they've got a little corridor, a little hallway.
Yeah.
So then there's a little hallway, and then on the right, just here, there's just just a tiny corridor. So maybe like from there, here to here, and then there's this door. Just here, and then that's where the secret room is. But it got special keys though. As I said, it got big bunches of keys.
Got it. Understood.
It got loads.
Okay.
Look, if you go to Mr. Morris, in our school, if you wait till our school, so today's Friday.
Yes.
So wait till Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
Go to our school, catch Mr. Morris.
Yeah.
He's a big, tall guy.
Okay.
I'll catch the whole school, catch all the staff there.
What children? You told us one child to speak to. What other children do you
Millie
think we should
Carroll,
speak to?
Sophie Hurliker,
Sophie
Jack
Hurliker.
Jones, Ella Darby, Mia Gavish, loads of other children, loads.
Okay.
But me and Gabriel
Are any of these your friends out of school?
Sorry?
Are any of these friends of yours out of school?
No, but Millie Carroll, she left school.
Why?
Because she doesn't like it.
Where's she gone now?
She went in Salisbury's.
Salisbury?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, but
Love
still, because when she went to Salisbury, she thought that was the school it won't do, because other schools do it. So, Hampstead Parochial do it, St. Luke's does it, all the Hampstead schools do it, the area.
Really?
New End.
Wow. Okay.
This, you know the school with this tree? The school with this tree.
I don't, but we'll find out.
That school, and then there's the school, it's between houses.
Okay.
And then there's this like between houses there is, and you know there's in our neighbours, on our road, 5 Patterson Road, up there. Here's our house, and just go up, and just there's this. We've got a neighbour. She's Russian, and she's in it.
Your neighbour? How do you know she's in it?
Because she comes to school because she got 2 sons.
Yeah.
One just a tiny baby. It's Russian though. His name is Misha.
Misha.
Yes, and the other one is called
What's
Sasha.
his real name? Sasha. So Alexander, is it? And
yes. Yes. His real name is Sasha, but they call him Alexander.
Well, Alexander's his real name, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So then they that family, they do it. They have I don't know what the school is called, but it's just, you know Tesco next to this parish church.
Yes.
Yes, there's Tesco, and then just like when you go there, there's this station.
Yeah.
And you just go down, and then you can see the post office there, and you go straight down, and it's on the right. You can see this little road, and then you go there, and after there, and after there's the school. You know the school between there. Yes, that school. That's where they go. That's the school, paedophile school.
Paedophile school. Okay. We'll have a little break. Is that all right? I mean, me and Claire just have a quick chat, just see if there's anything else we're going to cover, because I know it's late and I don't want you getting too tired because it's been a long day for you.
I'm not really tired anyway.
Really? You've done very well.
I'm full with food in my tummy.
Yeah, what did you have?
I went to the Indian cafe.
Oh, did you?
Yes,
What did you
I
have?
had samosa, had rice, I had some salad.
Yeah.
I had some rice. It's like rice bread with like mango chutney.
Oh, right.
Yes, I had that, but I'm just so full.
I bet it sounds a bit you are.
I had this enormous plate like that.
Okay. Okay, we'll just have a couple of minutes. You just wait here for us, is that alright? What we'll do, because I think it sounds like you've got loads and loads to tell us, doesn't it?
Yes.
I think it's best if maybe we talk a couple of different times, because I want to try and remember, because you told me so much already.
Tomorrow.
Well, what I'll do, I'll speak to your mum and see what she thinks is best, because obviously mums know best, don't they? Yeah, so we'll ask her and we'll speak to her about what she thinks is best and where we'll go from there, okay? And then we'll sort of decide a plan of action. What I might ask to do is, if I showed you on a computer what we think is your dad's house,
yes,
can you tell me yes or no if it's your dad's house?
Yes, if you think that's my dad's house.
We've got one where we think we've got to show our dad's house,
yes,
and then you tell us yes it is or no it
yes,
isn't.
yes.
Can we do that?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll do that then.
So if you want.
Okay then, we'll call it to a close, and it's 23:24 because it's really late. So what I do I speak to. Well, I do speak to adults sometimes, but most of the time I speak to children.
Because they're involved.
Go on, what do you mean?
Like that they know what everything is, but the parents didn't know everything. Maybe the children didn't say maybe something. Maybe there's one thing that children didn't say to the parent. Yeah,
that's sometimes why. And sometimes we talk. The reason we talk is sometimes because say you're embarrassed or scared to tell your mum.
About one thing.
Yeah, so if she's here and you think, oh, I don't want my mum to know, or I'm scared for her to know, she won't know because she won't be here, will she? So then we can discuss it about whether we need to tell them or how we're going to tell them if that's what you want. So it's a chance for you to talk about things without them there, really. So that's what it is. And also sometimes you want to tell me something and you don't want to upset your mum, so it's easier. That's one of the reasons why they're not here, and that's right. Yeah. The other chap who I pointed out, can you remember his name? No, Carl. His name is Carl.
Carl.
K-A-R-L.
Carl.
Carl. Yeah.
Carl.
Carl. Yeah. Carl.
It seems like without an R.
Yeah. I think it's my accent rather than. I think you said it right and I said it. Carl. Yeah. He's the controller for this interview, and his job.
So he's on a computer.
Exactly. Watching what we're doing and listening to what we're saying.
Yeah, it's because you've got a speaker system.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And today's date is the 11th of September, and it's 18:15, which means it's 6:15 in the evening. Okay. And before we go on, I just wonder if you can tell us your full name and your date of birth.
I don't understand.
What's your first name?
Elisa.
Elisa. Then your middle name was Grace, is that right? And then you've got a surname, haven't you? Graver Dearman. And when was you born?
2005.
Yeah.
April 24th.
April 24th, 2005. That's okay. And when we're talking, there's going to be some rules, and I know we discussed them when we went to Barnet.
Yes.
But I just want to check your memory, just to make sure they're okay, and I'll do that just by repeating them and just discussing about truth and lies. Okay. First of all, I wasn't there, so I need you to explain as much detail, everything that you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
All about what's happening, like all what my father's doing to us.
Yes, or whatever it is that you need to tell me. Okay. If there's something that you don't understand that I ask you, just let me know. Okay. And I don't want you to guess anything that we talk about. So if you don't know the answer, just tell me. Okay. Or if you don't understand anything, you let me know, right? And that's because everything we talked about must be the truth, okay? And we discussed it. Do you remember we did a little example, didn't we? Do you remember what it was?
No.
About truth and lies?
I don't remember.
Okay, when with the paper and asked if I was telling the truth or a lie, do you remember?
I think yeah. You draw this smiley face.
Yeah.
And after you, like, if you said that you asked Cleo who drew that.
Yeah.
And no, if she asked you who drawn that, and you said that you don't know, that's a lie. And if she asked you who drew that, and you said it was me, I drew it. Sorry. And then that's
That was it. So again, here we need to tell the truth, okay? And I can't sort of say that enough, really. It's got to be the truth. So just remind me. I know you gave a very good reason why people lie sometimes before. Can you tell me what that is? Why do sometimes people lie?
Maybe they don't want you to know. Maybe they don't want you to know about that. Maybe a thing.
Yeah.
Like they maybe lie. I don't know. Like.
Okay.
So they don't want you to know maybe. So they don't want you to know anything that they don't want you to know a thing about them or something. Yeah. So if a person asks like, what did you do today or whatever, and then they say, I just stayed at home I just stayed at home sleeping, but actually went out or doing I don't know.
Okay, all right. Well, I just have a quick check just so it's because I spoke to your brother before you, and he went out a break, and he was waiting in the other room as well, and he was watching the telly. So that's why it's still on that children's channel, I think, because he was watching it before you. He mentioned sometimes you watch telly at the tennis club as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that right?
Yes.
What telly do they have at the tennis club?
Samsung.
A Samsung telly.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'd like to talk about is just, I know we spoke a bit about your school, some of the rooms in the school, and the church as well.
Yes.
What I'd like to do today is just talk a bit more about the church, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And ask you what you can tell me about this church.
Yes, and we dance in the church with the baby skulls on.
Do you? So
yes.
Where is this church?
It's just like our school is just here, and then there's just this little path you go out of. Like this is little. So here's the school, and here's the exit door, and then there's just a little path, and then here's the parking space, And then next to the parking space, there's this big church.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where it is.
Okay, so when you get into the church, tell me what it looks like.
Well, there's a little pathway inside the church, so you have to go you go in the church and then you go up the stairs again, and then there's this little path again, and then you go up the stairs, and there's another path going into the church, and then there's this big hall with the seats. There's the church rows.
Yeah.
Well, where the seats are all in rows, and after this big carpet. It's like two little stairs and big space.
Yeah.
At the front, and then that's where they dance with the skulls on.
Okay, where do they dance?
On that kind of carpet floor.
Okay, and so how do they do it? Is there nothing there on this carpet floor?
No, really, there's just this little table. It's not actually little. It's a table with two big candles on.
Okay, and is that the whole of the church? Is there any other rooms or anything like that?
Yeah, there's a nursery inside the church. There's a nursery.
Oh, is there? There's a nursery.
Yes,
oh,
yes.
Okay.
There's
And
a nursery
anything else?
at the end. Yes, so there's a nursery, and there's this little room. There's a little room in the church, though.
Okay, and
So
what's in that little room?
Yes, they keep the skulls there.
Okay.
Yes, but it's not so secret, but still they got the keys to the church, because they're Mrs. Forster, the headmistress. She's in charge of the whole church.
Right.
And Father Paul, he's the priest.
Okay, so you go into the church and you say there's all the chairs.
Yes.
You walk down.
Yes.
There's a couple of steps which carpet but not carpet.
Yes.
And then there's a table on the
Yes.
top, and that's where they dance.
Yes, they're
You
not
say-
on the table, but the rest is all big space.
Okay. And
Well-
then you said there's a room that keeps some skulls in,
Yes.
and there's a nursery.
And then they keep yes, there's a nursery too.
What's
There's
the
some-
nursery? Do you call the nursery anything else?
No, I
Just
don't
nursery?
know, but we just call it a nursery, really.
Okay, so you go into the nursery.
Yes.
And what's in the nursery?
So in the nursery says we do ACE. So ACE is kind of a club where you act, sing, dance, or like that kind of club in this nursery. Yes, but then sometimes the nursery does not work.
Right.
Sometimes maybe one day it doesn't work and then the other day doesn't. It does work, but there's a little spare room there so it's a small room. A small room is just where the seats, well, not seats, the wooden seats.
Should we draw it? Would that be easier for you,
Yes.
do you think? Okay, should we draw it? Do you want me to move the table? Are you right sitting like
Yeah,
that?
so-
Yeah? You sure? So
It's
we'll
when
draw
you-
the church.
So when you walk in here,
Right.
it's just this seats here,
Yeah,
all at the back here, and then there's this little path
yeah,
where you walk through.
lovely.
And then after, just on the side here, all around here, that's where all this side is all nursery. When you come in, there's this big room where we do the club.
What?
The club.
Oh, Ace.
Yes.
So
yes.
where's Ace? Then?
Ace is just here in a big house. It's like a big room.
And how do you get into that room?
Yes, this is a big door. You just
Okay.
go in.
Okay.
You got a lock. Keys
Okay,
to
so you
it.
go into this room,
Yes.
and what's in this room?
Yeah, in this room, it does not have skulls in or anything like this.
No, what's in there then?
But it's just like it's a nursery room in there.
Right, so you go in the nursery room.
Yes.
So, right, should we draw the nursery then, shall we?
Yeah.
So there's the nursery.
So it's just like tables, and then that's where they wash their hands. Here's the pegs where the cloakroom.
Yeah.
And after it's just this big space all around.
Okay.
And then there's a little door going into the toy room. So where all the toys are kept.
Okay.
For the children to play
What's in the toys room?
Yeah, so it's just toys around there, but then after they keep cupboards. But then the headmistress, she tells the nursery, so that to the nursery that those cupboards, that if they can keep them, but not look into them, or use them.
And they're in the toy room.
Yes.
Okay.
And then after,
What's in those cupboards?
in those cupboards, they got the big white bowl where they where the blood drips in.
Okay.
Yes, and then they got the cleaver, this big Chinese one that's that big knife. Yeah, they keep that to cut the baby's head off too.
Okay.
And then like, so you know where the church room is? Just there, this is another nursery room, but they barely use it. They never go in there.
Okay. Is there anything in there?
Yes.
What?
It's like a little room. It's like as big as this room. There's another door going into a kitchen.
Okay.
Yes, they keep it like a nursery kitchen, but they don't use it.
So through that door, there's a nursery, there's a room.
Yes, it's
an old nursery room
yes.
and a kitchen.
Yes.
But they don't use it.
Yes, there's a door. Just this is like how big it is.
Yeah.
It seemed like that big, and then there's just here. There's this little door, and not little. It's a door, a normal sized door. And when you go in, there's just a big kitchen, and then you've got just a big silver fridge.
Okay.
They keep like leftover of the baby meat there.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and they keep the white bowl. Sometimes if there's any blood left over, so because my dad, whenever he eats maybe like sometimes he eats 2 times a day, like baby 2 times a day.
Baby too. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes like that. If he feels like eating more baby.
Okay.
Because we have one big piece, like that big piece of baby every day.
Right. Okay. So let me just get straight. So you go into the church.
Yes.
Then describe this stairs, carpet area with the table.
Here's
then
the carpet areas all around there, but it's like much bigger space all around here.
Okay. Then there's one room. This is a nursery with a kitchen in it, which you can. Do you get into it from this room? Do you?
Yes. So
okay.
It's just here where the seats are, and then there's the big carpet.
Okay.
Just next to that. It's just
okay. So then there's that room, and you say you don't really use that room.
No, they don't use it really.
For anything?
No.
No.
They barely use it. They just use it really like if the nursery child, if the child didn't bring it the packed lunch in.
Oh, okay.
They sometimes have like food that which they give like porridge or something like that.
Okay. So in the other room is the nursery, which they use.
Yes.
And then you go into a toy room.
Yes, it's just like.
And there's some cupboards where they keep a bowl and a cleaver.
Yes.
Are there any other doors or anything in this toy room?
No, but there's another room when you go in church. So like I'll draw. Can I use the other paper to draw?
You use what you wish.
Because so when you go in the church, it's like you're outside, and then there's this little gate, and there's little passageway just here, and then there's the entrance to the church.
Yeah.
Yes, so then you go straight, and then to the stair, then like that, and then there's stairs just here.
Yeah.
Going up, and then after you go that way, and after there's like maybe like 2 stairs there, and then after there's this other door just here.
Right.
And then after there's the hallway going into the church, all around the church is just that. So this is like where the whole church part is. Then there's this other room here.
Yeah.
All like this is like the entrance. Right. And then after there's this other room where the priest his things are in there.
Right.
Yes, but then after where the big carpet
how do you know that?
Because we go there. We do sex there.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so then where this big carpet space, there's another door leading into there too.
Right, okay, so you're outside here, are you? So you're outside.
Yes.
You know where the cars park, like behind each other?
Yes.
Where's that? Is that this side or is that somewhere else?
It's this side.
So it's the other side of the church. This is the side by the road, is it?
Yes.
Right, okay, so this is the side by the road. So you go along and there's a door.
Yes, this is like a gate outside here.
Okay,
and it's still outside this part. But then this door goes inside the church.
Right.
But then it gets a little path, as I said.
Okay.
Then there's this path, so then you have to go straight to the right. And then after, when you go to the right, just at the front of you, there's this, like, maybe, as I said, maybe like 4 stairs, 4 small steps up. And then after when, like, you're up here, and then after you go straight, like, so like when you go on the stairs here, so you're up here, like this is the way, and after you have to, so it's just like, I don't know, so you're up the stairs on this part here.
Right, okay.
Yes, and then after, so you're here, and then just there's this door going inside the church. And then after, there's this passageway, as I said, it's got this little passageway. So here, the passageway is all along here. And then after, but then you can, on the side, there's this door.
Yeah.
That's how it is in the
Right,
church.
okay, so this gate is at the side of the church, not on the side where the cars are parked.
No.
The other side.
Yes, on the other
You
side.
go through the gate, which is outside.
But the school is just here. It's just a little path.
Yeah.
Yes, the church is
So
this one.
is it on that side where there's a little path? Is this
Yes.
This is on the path side.
Yes. So
Okay.
here's this is like the up bit and this is the down
Okay.
bit.
So the
here's
path is here between the church and the school, yeah?
No. So here's the entrance to the church. But pretend this is the path.
So the path is here.
Yes, all along here.
Okay. So the path's along here. Then you go through the gate,
Yes.
then into
The church, so you've got the
church,
keys, you've got a big
through
door.
some stairs and that, and then there's a room where
Yes.
where the
Where you do sex,
priest
yes.
uses that.
And there's this table here, but
Yeah.
small table. It got
Yeah.
and then they got like little pegs for
Yeah.
the things that the priest got.
Yeah.
And then they got cupboards along there, and then they got the secret things. Then they got like a big a lock, because Mr. Morris, the caretaker,
Yeah.
and my father and Mr. Hollings and the priest
Yeah.
and Mrs. Forster, they all share they got big. So it's they got this big metal ring, and then they've got loads of keys on, all
Where do they keep these keys?
in their pockets, because Mr. Morris, he got enormous pockets.
I'd say.
Yes, he got enormous he got big jeans, and he got he wears jeans. He's a tall, big guy. He looks strong, and he got the pockets size of this, to your knee, and he keeps it there. He's the caretaker,
Yeah.
so he closes the school. He got the keys to the rooms in the school, all like that. He got the keys to the church, all the property they got.
Okay.
So everything they own. So they own the school, they own the church because it's our church.
Okay.
Yes, they keep the church.
Right. So these secret things, they're kept in the room where the priest keeps his things. Is that right?
Yes, because the priest.
And whereabouts in his room do they keep these secret
Just
things?
right at the back. But it's just here's the door, and it's far back. It's just I don't have enough space.
Okay.
And it's just
What does it look like, this thing they keep the
So
secret
it just
things
looks
in?
really patterned Imagine this. Well, it's not as big as this room. It's imagine there's this big cupboard here.
Yeah.
And it's just it looks like a wardrobe. They've got loads of wooden patterns on.
And what is kept in there?
Yes, they got a big key lock there.
Yeah.
So then they unlock with the key, the lock,
Yeah.
and they open up the wardrobe. And after, as I said, so special things they got. So because the priest he got a car, anyway.
Right.
So
So what secret things they keep in there?
yeah, so he keeps precious things maybe car keys, maybe it's
Okay.
and then they keep the skulls there because they wear 20 the adults.
Okay, so some
The
skulls.
parents, they all, because the parents of the children, they keep their own skulls in their own house because they dance in their own house.
Okay.
Yes, but then so Vanessa, she's a parent, she keeps her own skulls. But the
Okay.
teachers and my father's skulls are kept in there because they wear 20 they wear 20 skulls each, and there's 20 special children.
Okay.
So Millie and the others.
Yeah. Okay, so I just want to make sure I've got the description of this whole church right.
Yes.
Just tell me if I'm wrong, okay? Just stop. If I
Yes.
get something wrong, stop me. You've got the main entrance.
Yes.
You go in, and in that big room, there's
Yes.
rows of chairs.
Yes.
Then there's a pathway in the middle
Yes.
where you can walk up and down.
Yes.
And there's a larger area up some stairs which is carpeted. Got a
Yes.
table on,
Yes.
and that's where they do the dancing
Yes.
with the skulls.
Yes. Yes.
Then-
Right back. Yes.
Then there's two nurseries. One's not
Yes.
used very much.
Yes.
And it's got a kitchen with a silver fridge.
Yes.
And sometimes they make porridge for the children there.
Yes, but they don't but they keep the porridge into like cupboards where with food like honey or whatever they use for the porridge.
Okay.
Or maybe like jam, because they sometimes make toast for the children. They don't use the fridge really. It's just porridge. It's just like.
And then they keep bits of baby, leftover baby, and leftover blood.
Yes, but they don't let the headmistress. They make sure that they do not let the nursery use they've used the fridge.
They're not allowed to use the fridge.
Yes, they're not allowed.
And how can they not get in the fridge? Why can't the nursery just open it?
One is that the headmistress.
Yeah.
She's still the head of the church.
Yeah.
She's
say
the head of the nursery.
one of the nurseries bought a yogurt in because they were hungry for lunch. They thought, actually, I'll just put it in the fridge. Why couldn't they just put it in the fridge?
No, they're not allowed. Not allowed.
Say there was.
But they in the room, like the staff room of the nursery.
Yeah.
So the nursery room. Just at the back, there's the store, and it's the exit of the nursery.
Yeah.
To the other side, and then there's just a toilet for the nursery, and instead there's this room where the people who work in the nursery. That's where they all rest. They got their own fridge there.
Okay, so there's a little room off the nursery.
Yes, they already got their own fridge.
So you go into the nursery.
Yes.
You said there's a little tiny room off it. There's for where they can rest.
Yeah, an office of the nursery.
There's an office in the nursery where they can rest, and also there's a toy room.
Yes, a toy room right at the back of the.
You go in the toy room, then there's a cupboard.
Yes.
Are there any other doors?
No, there's no doors really. It's just cupboards and all on the sides is just packet of toys everywhere.
So you definitely can't get in.
Yes.
If you go into, you can only go back into the nursery. You can't go anywhere else.
It's just cupboards there, and it's just got toys everywhere around you.
So you definitely can't go anywhere else other than the nursery.
But they got this little big box with broken toys in.
Okay.
But they don't keep they make sure. Because they make sure that they can't. They make sure headmistress. She's still the head of the nursery.
Yeah.
Because the nursery, they are the part of the church.
Okay.
Headmistress do not let. She's the head of the nursery anyway.
Okay.
So she does not let the nursery teachers, nursery staff. They do not She gives them rules Do not go in the cupboards. Do not go to the fridge or anything. But because Mrs. Forstake, she doesn't really trust the nursery. She got her own locks on the cupboards anyway. She does not really trust them.
Okay.
Just in case if they do come in and just open the cupboard.
Okay. All right. That's very good. Thank you. Thanks. That's a very good description you've given me there. Thank you. So, did you want to sit down? Are you comfortable there, or would you rather sit back on the sofa?
Mind.
You sit wherever you're comfortable. It's up to you.
But the speaker still can hear.
Yeah, what it is, if Carl can't hear us, he would have come and knocked on that door to say, and that when I hear a knock on that door, I know Carl wants me to speak up.
Speak
loud. So rather than interrupt us.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
Okay, so we've spoken about the church. Do you mind if I just quickly check the time? Okay. I'll ask a quick couple of questions and then you can have a little break. Is that all right?
Yes.
Okay. So, who is it you live with at home at the moment?
My mum. My mum and Abraham.
Your mum, Abraham. Anyone else?
No. But my nanny Galia, she comes.
Galia.
Yes.
And that's short for something, isn't it, Galia? Isn't it?
No, her real name is Galina.
Galina, yeah, and Galia's short, isn't it?
Yes, because she's Russian and Ukrainish.
Yeah. And then your mum and Abraham.
Yes, we live with them.
And what do you call Abraham? Do you always call him Abraham, or do you call him?
No, we don't call him Abraham. We call him Papa Hemp.
Papa Hemp. So Papa Hemp, Mama.
Yes.
And Galia.
Yes.
Okay.
But Galia does not live with us.
No, where does she live?
She lives. I don't know where she lives. She never took us to her house.
Yeah.
But I don't know where she lives, but she comes to our house to work, to look after us when Papa Hemp and Mum are out tonight or anything like that.
Okay. So tell me about Mama first of all. What's she like?
She's kind. We ask her for food mostly.
Yeah.
But But we sometimes nag her for food though.
Yeah.
But we don't always. But Abraham. But
Why is that? Why do you nag for food?
Because we love eating, but sometimes she says like maybe she makes us a soup or something. But we don't really want soup. We like sweet stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why we ask her for fruit, like bananas, because we've got like loads of baskets of bananas in our house.
What's your favourite soup?
Well, they don't make that kind of soup like chicken soup or anything like that.
No, what do you
They
make?
make like, you know, hemp.
I know hemp. It's like a root of a plant.
Yes, you know the weed which you smoke.
Yes.
Yes, but its real name is hemp.
Okay.
But like fresh hemp. Yes, that's what we make like soup out. We have a juicer and we juice the soup.
Right, so
We don't have like pieces in or anything like that.
you don't have like vegetable
No, we don't have like normal
or
soups like that.
mushroom soup.
No. We used to, but now we don't. But when we used to go to school, they used to give us like red rice, wild red rice. They used to give us that and buckwheat and that kind of stuff.
Okay. I've got a question. How do you know about weed? How did you know that you smoke weed?
Abraham told me about that.
What did he tell you about it?
He said that like weed, you're not supposed to like. The first time we met him,
Yeah.
So he told my mum about hemp,
What did he say?
and he said that you don't smoke weed, even though my mum did not smoke it, but she didn't know what weed was anyway. So he told her that you have to eat it fresh, not dry or anything. So then, or like that kind of stuff. So because he's a nutritionist, he says.
Okay.
Because we used to eat it.
So where do you buy that from then?
Oh, I don't know, but went to holiday to Morocco
Yeah.
for holiday, but
No, I mean to get soup. Where do you buy the hemp to make soup?
yeah, they got that. It's delivered to us.
Oh right, okay.
Yes, but then most of it is bad.
Okay.
And we got loads of buckets of hemp seeds, like whole hemp seeds.
Yeah.
Not the ones in shops in those little plastic bags with who are like soft ones.
Okay, so why do you need the seeds?
To juice them.
You juice the seeds?
Because we get the milk from it and we make juices.
Oh, I see.
We make green juices, that kind of stuff.
I understand.
Well, my mum used to make us like soup, which is it got cabbage, but like red it's like a soup.
Bush.
Yes, it's like it got like beetroot pieces, but it's like boiled.
Yeah.
It's not fresh.
No.
But it's like red cabbage. You've got a bit of red cabbage, because we used to buy the veggie sausages.
Yeah.
So like it made out of soya,
Yes.
not like real pork ones.
Okay. So Mama's nice, but sometimes
Yes.
you neg her for food.
Yes.
And what's your favourite thing about Mama?
She's really kind and she looks after us.
Oh, nice.
So she takes us to holidays. Sometimes she gives us junk food.
Yeah.
So maybe sometimes she gets like a really sugary smoothie.
Okay.
Because when we used to go to holidays to Gran Canaria, she used to buy us there's a place called Torito. Yes, and then she bought us this fruit. There's this fruit smoothies. So it's just like fruit in little packets, all kind of flavors. But it's like frozen fruit, and then they make smoothies out of them.
Okay. And is there anything that you don't like?
Well, really, I don't know. But I used to not like what is it? My mum used to make sushi, but without
No, I mean
rice.
about what your mum does. Is there anything that your mum does that you don't like, other than food?
Well, I meditate.
Do you?
Yes,
Do
I
you
meditate.
like that?
Yes, I meditate, but really, my mum got upset about one thing about meditation.
Why?
Because she did not know that I ate meat or baby meat all this time since I was a baby. She never knew.
Okay.
But then when I started to meditate when I was 6 years old, but now I'm 9. I was meditating for 3 years now.
Yeah.
So, but now, but when she found out about I eat baby, She because that's why I keep on telling her. She did not know. That's why I keep on telling her I don't want to meditate. I don't. It's really boring because I knew while I'm meditating, even because one of the rules is not to eat meat or any dairy.
Right, I see.
Or lie or steal or do anything. Okay. But because that time my dad used to learn me to steal money, all kind of stuff like that. That's why I used to steal my mum's money and buy sweets with it, or sometimes give it to my dad.
Okay. And what about Papa Hemp?
Yes.
What's he like?
He's kind, but when we were telling him all about this on the holidays in Morocco, because we were scared to tell, of course, so we lied a bit. We lied a lot though. Okay. We lied a lot, but then we were so scared and terrified when he found out about it, because the first time he's like, right, Elisa and Gabriel, somebody's touching you, and I know who it is.
He said that to you?
And then we just gave up, and we just said my dad.
What do you mean you gave
up? We gave up the deal with our dad, but not to tell anyone about this, or mom, anyone. Okay. But then we just gave up the deal. We just told him there's our dad, and then we carry on telling. But that time we were terrified to tell all about this baby killing and all this. So then after, so we lied a lot, as I said, because we were terrified, and we were still. So, but he gave us, he didn't hurt us, but he got spoons and gave us not hard licks. Just gave us the soft licks.
Who did?
Abraham. Especially so that we could tell, because we were used to hurting.
What do you mean he hit you and gave you licks?
No, we call them licks.
Oh, what does that mean?
So it's like a spoon hit. But it's just
Abraham
a soft
hit
one.
You. Why did he hit you?
So that because we keep on lying, but then because we told him that the only way that we could tell you is by him hurting us.
You told him that?
Yes.
Well, he said that.
No, he did. We didn't tell him, but he knew that because we told him that if we misbehave or make a noise with our dad, he'll give us licks.
Yeah.
But then after, Abraham thought it would be a good idea if he could give us soft ones, just like that.
What did he use to do that?
A spoon.
Okay, what sort of spoon?
It's just a normal cutlery one, which people eat with in restaurants or anything.
Okay.
He didn't hit us so hard.
What did your mum say about that?
Nothing. No, nothing. She thought it was a good idea. Because then after, when we had licks, and we have a water torture, which is, we call it a water torture, so he gets loads of jugs of warm water, spills it on us, so then after, he says that he's blessing us so that we could tell.
Who's that?
Abraham.
Right.
Yes. So then after he gives us that, then after because after we're used to hurting.
What's your mum saying when this is going on?
Nothing. She doesn't mind. She thinks it's a good idea to do that so that we could tell.
Okay.
No, because we were used to hitting. Okay. Whenever he gave us licks, the first time he wanted to try it out, he gave us a lick. Do you know this?
Yeah.
This thing is like he did do it on purpose, but then after he accidentally hit me just here.
With what?
With the spoon. It was really sharp, the spoon. He had accidentally done this to me with the spoon. Okay. I forgave him. I didn't mind, but he realised that me and Gabriel do not care if we get hit.
Okay.
Because my dad used to hit us all the time, every single day.
What we'll do, I think we'll have a little break because you've been speaking for a long time. I'm just going to see how your mum's getting on, and Matt. Okay. All right. Do you want to come on, Mean? You can wait in the room and watch a little bit of telly for 5 minutes.
I'll just eat some strawberries.
Yeah, just take them. Oh, don't worry, we'll tidy it up. Don't worry. you have a sit down. What I'd like to just talk about is, so you was in Morocco.
Yes.
So, how did, what happened with, first of all, with Abraham finding out? What did he find out?
No, but one is he had a lot of clues.
Why did he have a lot of clues?
Once he saw me
tell.
and Gabriel touch each other anyway.
What were you doing, touching each other? What do you mean?
So like touching each other in the privates.
Okay, so what was you doing?
Just because we got secret contact with me and Gabriel.
So what were you and Gabriel doing? What did Abraham see you and Gabriel doing?
Yes, we touched each other in the private.
How? How were you touching him?
So like we were close together, and then we pinched each other bottom, and then we touched each other front private.
Oh, okay. And how did you touch his front private?
So that we could like go like that because that's my father. That's how my father.
Okay, so you were touching each other.
Yes.
Abraham's seen.
Yes.
And you said first of all you didn't tell him anything.
Yes, but one is that he heard my father's voice too, and then he said it first time when he heard my father's voice.
Yeah.
Something was wrong with it.
Yeah. And then you said that he helped you. He helped you tell the truth.
Yes.
So, and there were two ways he helped you tell the truth.
Yes.
The first way he said about a spoon. The second one was water.
Yes, but water torture, and the other one is that he explained us that killing babies was wrong, and all this kind of stuff.
Okay, so three things. So telling you it's wrong, water, torture.
Well, explaining us that everything what he does is bad.
What is water torture? I don't understand it.
So
Can
like
you
he
explain
gets
to me?
big jugs of warm water.
Warm water, yeah.
And then he tells us to stay on our knees.
Stay on your knees.
And then he just drops the water on us.
Right.
So like he pours the water on us in one whole go like that.
Yes. So he pours the whole water. It's warm water. And how does that warm water feel?
Well, it's when you pour it on, it's cold.
Right.
But actually, it's warm.
Okay. Okay. And then you said he hits you with a spoon. He gives you licks.
Yes, but not hard. Not hard.
Not hard, but he calls that.
Yes, but he was like saying he was telling me to tell because he was pushing the spoon into my chin.
He's pushing it into. What do you mean pushing it into your chin?
So he got like the spoon, like pretend this is a spoon. He was like pushing it in my chin.
Oh, okay.
Like lifting my chin up, so doing like that, so like, telling me to tell the truth.
And where was your mum when this happened?
In the bedroom in the hotel.
Did she know it was happening?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Why wasn't she in the same room then?
She was in the room.
Okay, so just a bedroom in the.
Yes, so she was lying in a bed, and he was standing up next to the bed, and I was in a corner, but like where the bed was, where my mum was.
And what about your brother Gabriel? How did they help him? How was he helped to tell the truth?
He. Well, it seems like he hates licks.
Yeah, who
does? Gabriel, but he actually likes them.
He seems. What? How does it seem?
So he screams. He does all kind of stuff like it. Like says it hurts. Actually, it doesn't matter. It doesn't actually hurt.
Has he ever hit you in England or just in?
We had a lot of fights, worse than a cat and a dog.
Who?
Me and Gabriel.
No, I mean you, Abraham. Has he ever given you licks in England or just in Morocco?
No, in Morocco. That's the only time when he ever done it to me.
Okay. Okay. And what about to Gabriel?
Gabriel, the same, yes.
Okay.
But he, as I said, me and Gabriel, my father learned me and Gabriel, well, taught me and Gabriel, both to fight with each other, but like worse than a cat and a dog.
Okay.
So like grip each other on the hand and like scratch them and then pull each other's hair and all kind of stuff. Okay. And then pull my hand, bang me on the floor and then do that kind of bad stuff.
Perfect.
And then once my father taught me, like he didn't taught me, but he told me to make my brother's head bleed, or like maybe like so like my brother's head bleed, so that it actually bleed.
Yeah.
So I said, how should I do that? And then, but I didn't want to do that anyway. I wasn't going to. I wanted to know.
Told you that?
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to know, Ricky Dearman.
Yeah.
I wanted to know, like, I wanted to know how will he tell me to do that? But I wasn't actually going to do that. But then because after I wasn't like, he said, "Are you sure you can do that?" I would have said, "Yes, of course I'm sure." But I didn't do like he wasn't sure with me, like if I will do it. So then after he gave me licks, like hard ones, I can make your head bleed. My
Mickey
father.
Demon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So he gave me licks till I will say say that I will do it, Papa. I will do it for sure. I promise you. And after, so if I say I promise him that I will do it, then I'll have to do it.
Okay.
So then after I done it, so he told me like, do I have any little glass frame or anything?
Yeah.
With a picture in it, but got glass at the front. I said, well, I think I do. It's like I told him I think I do have one. It's a picture of Supreme Master Ching Hai.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the person that we pray for and meditate for.
Right.
Yeah. So there was a picture of her, and after I said I think it got a glass frame because I saw my mum putting apart the photo and putting it in, like taking it out and then changing the frame.
Yeah.
But then after when I saw her putting in the new frame the photo like of the picture of her, they put like this glass at the top. I thought it was plastic first. Then after when I asked Mum when she was putting it in, I just felt it with my nails. I just were like softly knocked like some.
Yeah.
With my nails, touched it with my nails, but how to say, like, just
you worked out it's glass.
Yes, so then I know how to tell it's glass because it will like make a little tiny noise. Yeah. But it wasn't plastic then. And I made sure that it was glass, so I asked my mum if it was glass. She said, yes, it's glass, be careful. Yeah. But then because after he told us to have a big fight, like as big as they can. But then after that time I was so angry then.
And how did he tell you that?
So he told me like to fight. She taught us to fight really badly.
Okay.
And then for once me and Gabriel fighted so badly.
Okay.
So like once because my father lived with us then, he told me to he did tell me, but then after he told me to think of a really bad thing to do. So then I thought, and I just gave an example for my dad, and then I wanted him to be pleased with me, not to give me any licks or anything.
Okay.
So then after I said, because we used to have a baby bed, so you know babies which sleep in this little beds, but not the one that rock, that you have to rock. There's a still bed, is like maybe a 5 or 4-year-old can sleep in it. So now but it had a gate, so you can just put like maybe a suitcase under the bed, but then you can't take it out just like that, because it got like it looks like gates at the front. Yeah. So then I gave Gabriel a trick. So I told my dad that I told him what I think to do. So I said I'll trick Gabriel by getting him under the baby bed and lock him in there and stay on the bed so that he can't come out. So he can't because the bed was a bit light. So then because he can pick up the bed. So then after he tried to pick up the bed, he couldn't because I was heavy there and I was still on the bed. So then he was screaming, and after when I heard maybe left him there for 3 minutes on. I ran right in, my mum does yoga. So then I ran in the yoga room where she does it. I hid in the cupboards, but I thought they will never find me there. So then I went there, and then I hid there. Yeah. And then Gabriel knew that place. I thought he didn't, but then he opened it, and then he teared my hair off, and he got my hair, banged me everywhere on the walls, then on the floor. I got so angry. So then but I started it. Okay. So then after, I got this frame, and I made sure he didn't look. So I was behind his back, and then I went that on his head. So then after, the piece of glass went in his head, and then he bled. Yes, and then after, but once he done something bad to me anyway. Well, it was on purpose actually.
Oh, don't what we'll do, I think we'll stop because your mum's finished and it's getting quite late for a day, so I think we're going to take a break if that's all, and we're going to stop and we'll finish up for today. Is that alright?
Yes. I heard my mum say that we are going to go to see you tomorrow.
I think what it is, they just want to make sure you're okay at a hospital tomorrow, so they're going to check you over, make sure you're okay. And
in a hospital?
In a hospital. Just
and a special one though, like a child special
It's
one.
a doctor that specially deals with children. And they're going to see if you're hurt or if you've got any injuries or anything like that. Do you think you've got any injuries or hurt anywhere?
No. I didn't see my father for a long time now.
Okay.
Nearly 2 months.
Okay then.
But one is that once when I was only 5 or 4, I remember that my father got the spoon and then he hurted me all in here, and after it, he cracked my head open.
Okay.
And what I remember is that I saw my mum and my father fight with each other in the bathroom, and my father nearly killed my mum because he was strong then. My mum was not strong, but he was handsome.
Handsome?
Yes, I can't say it properly.
Yeah.
So then because he banged her on the floor and then he got his knee and he pushed her right in my mum's head.
Oh dear.
And he nearly killed her. But then after because my big brother James, he was there. He was only a small boy, but he was old enough to have a phone.
Yeah.
He had his own phone, and my mum called for James to call the police.
Yeah.
But he'd done it straight away, and maybe 15 minutes the police were there, quick.
Yeah.
But my father still did not leave the house.
Okay.
But then when the police came, my father left the house.
Yeah.
The police car was right in front of our house, and my father was just going out of the door.
Yeah.
Just going out. So they arrested him and then done.
Okay.
I remembered that, but I was scared.
Okay.
Because when he opened the door, he done it on purpose. He opened up the door because he wanted to take me and Gable to the party.
Yeah.
He asked my mum. He asked my mum. He was living with us though.
He was only little, so how do you remember that?
I was only little. I was only like maybe 3 years old. But
So
I remember.
how do you know that? Who did someone
I
tell you
remember.
about it?
I remember.
Oh really?
I remember
Wow.
when I was
From
there.
3?
Yes,
wow.
I remember.
That's
So then after,
good because not a lot of people can remember from 3.
because I was next to the door, and I was listening. I was looking. I was peeking through the door what they were doing. And then the door that time it didn't go in the bathroom. It went out of the bathroom into the corridor. So if you open it, you can hit somebody. But my father saw me peeking, so he just opened the door straight away. So that the door banged right on my head.
Yeah.
And I got knocked over. I got hurted.
Yeah.
And then he pretended that he did not hurt me or anything. But then after, but he pretended to be nice then.
Yeah.
But my mum, she just called my big brother James. He just called the police straight away.
Okay. All right. What we'll do is we'll call it an end. It's 12 minutes past 7. And it's the 11th of September. Okay. We'll do. If you go in the room with the telly, then when your mum's finished, she'll come in and join you. And I'll give this a clean up while. No, leave it because I've got to come and clean that strawberry juice up. I'll show you. Can you sit on this one for us, please? Because the speaker's this thing here. Do you see up here?
Yeah.
So this one's speaking. I think there's another one, which is that one there. This one here. So
There's another one there.
yeah, you're right. So there are a couple. The cameras are a little easy to spot in this one, aren't they, as well?
1, 2, 3.
3. And do you know why there's 3 in this room? Right, the first one there, see the one down below?
Yes.
It's on like a bigger box, do you see there?
Yeah.
And that's because that one can move about, and that's the camera for you, okay? Then there's another one the same, it's on a box, that camera's for me. So one's looking at you, one looking at me, and then that one up there shows the whole room. So that's why this one has 3, okay? Where we are today, we're not in London today. We're at a place called Rowan House, which is in Suffolk. And today's date is the 17th of September, and it's 10:31. Okay. what I'd like to do is just, can you tell us your full name, can you?
Elisa. Elisa is my real name.
Yep.
My middle name is Grace, and my surname is Graverdino.
Yes. And there are two other people here. My name's Steve, and I'm pleased. And we've met a few times now, haven't we? And we've done a couple of these interviews. So this is, do you remember how many we've done before?
3?
No, this is number 3. So we've done 2. We've done one at Barnet, one in Wood Green, and then today. So this is number 3.
Oh.
And then there's another chap. Can you remember his name?
Carl.
Carl, that's right, Carl.
And this other one is Matt and Sarah, and we met Cleo yesterday.
Oh, did you? Oh, so you met, today's Carl, so Matt and Cleo, they work in my office and they work with me.
Yeah, but I know, but I met Cleo was at the hospital yesterday.
Yeah?
In London.
Yeah, she works with me, but she's not here today, it's only me and Carl. And what we're here today is just carry on really what we've been talking about, because there's been so
How
much.
it all started.
Well, we spoke a few bits, haven't we? And then, whilst we was on our way here,
Some of them are not true. That Abraham told us to say.
Yeah, that's what you said. You said on
Yeah,
the
that's
car.
right. Yeah.
So what we'll do, that's where we'll start. But before we do, I'd like to just go through the rules again. I know you're probably sick of hearing.
I don't remember.
Gosh, can you remember them? Can you?
Don't lie, tell the truth.
That is, that is one of the rules. Don't lie and tell the truth. That is a rule. So the first rule, tell me if you remember them or not, is that I wasn't there, so I need you to tell me everything you can. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then, if you don't know the answer, what do you say?
That I don't know the answer.
Yep, that's right. And if you don't understand the question I ask,
I'll tell you I don't understand.
Perfect. Yeah, and then that goes the other way as well. If I hear something you say that I don't understand, I might ask you.
Yeah.
And then there's the one that you said that we must tell the truth and that we can't lie. And I think you've already shown me that you understand the difference a couple of times about the difference. Okay, so I don't think we need to go over that a third time really. 'Cause I think you've been very clear with what you said. And what about rude words or things like that? Is it okay to use them in this room?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. That's right. Okay. And this pen and paper, who's able to use this? Can you remember?
You.
And who else? You can, and it's for you. Really, basically, if you want to, say, you want to draw or write something.
Yeah, I know what it is for. I know what it is.
Yeah. So
if there's something that I didn't tell you, but I don't want to tell you, that I can just write it down, so the next time I can show you.
If you want to write it down, and it's easy for you to write down, that's fine. It's fine. It's there for whatever you think it's best to do. Like say you want to draw something, you can draw something. Okay.
So what are we going to start off by saying?
Well, shall I remind you? We was talking a lot about food in the car. I think that was 99% of the journey, wasn't it?
Yes, all rubbish.
And there's one other thing you told me was about
that Abraham told us some things to tell which is not true.
Because you mentioned about Zorro and about heads being cut off, didn't you, in that film?
Yeah.
And obviously I wondered whether or not that...
Because he watched his film, he watched it, he lended it to
Oh,
us.
okay. And I was wondering, is that how you knew about the babies?
Yes, that's because I had an idea. It said, and I told Abraham, and then Abraham said, good, then do that and tell that to the police.
Right, okay. So, what I want to start, I just want to start from the beginning. So, tell me, how did it all start? How did it all come out? About?
So, when we were in Morocco,
we
had fun there, but not so much fun.
Yeah.
But then after, me and Gabriel were watching a movie.
Yeah.
Which is the Zorro.
Yeah.
The movie, which is the Zorro. So then, after we were watching, and after it finished, Abraham came out of the balcony, and he came and told and said to asked that like he said like who's touching you, and then everything that, and then we guessed and guessed and guessed, and then after he said nope, it's your father. So then after we had an idea to tell that he just kills babies and stuff because we watched the Zero.
Okay, so we spoke a couple of times. Do you remember? And obviously, what the one rule you remembered was tell the truth and don't lie.
Yeah.
That's the out of all those rules. That was the only one you remember.
Yeah.
So why is it that you told me something then, which was not true? And
no, because Abraham told me to say that. So then after that, there's more trouble because I didn't know there would be more trouble. But he told me to say that because I was too scared of him.
Oh, okay. And why are you scared of him?
Because he just hit me if I say okay, then he'll just hit me because he doesn't believe me.
Okay, you told me lots and lots of things there.
Yeah.
So what I want to start with, so you was in Morocco.
Yes.
You're watching Mask of Zorro.
Yeah.
And what is that film, Mask of Zorro?
So it's all about like baddies are from California and they come and there's goodies are living in California and then they build buildings and then they have like gunpowder all around the building, the wooden buildings.
Yeah.
And all the people in California are all trapped in there.
Yeah.
So then after the baddies so some people escape.
Yeah.
But then their baddies, their leader goes after them. Well, really, that's right at the end. But at first, is that when the people are all free, nothing bad happened.
Okay.
There were two boys, and then this Mask of the Zero. He was, I don't know what country it is, but there were two boys. They lived in a place, and there was like a bad king, and there was this prison. There was not prisoners. There were good people. Yeah. Because he took the good people into prison. Yeah. And it's not like actual prison. So the soldiers got guns and they kill the people who are in prison while they have a cloth around the eyes and then they're standing on their knees. Okay. So they got shot, but then after they got saved by two small boys and the Mask of the Zorro. Okay. So his name is Zorro.
Okay. And you said there's a bit where someone gets cut. Is that right?
Yeah. That's in the middle. So then after the two boys grow up to adults, and one of the Zorro, his man, and he's a hero in the film, and he gives this big silver necklace to one of the boys because he helped. So he had the idea to put this big statue of rock and kill the soldiers. Yeah. So, and then after the prisoners got they're good people. So then they get all free, and then they run for their life. Yeah. But then after the Zorro, he comes and gives this big necklace to the oldest boy who had the idea. Yeah. Yes, and then after when he growed up, there's this bad man who was from California. He looks a bit like my dad actually, but he just got long hair, up to here. Yeah. So then after his baddie, he had a whole group of soldiers, and after he came, he knew one of the boys. They were they were actual brothers. Yeah. The one with the necklace, he knew that was the necklace of the Zorro, so he tried to kill him. Right. So because those two boys, which are grown ups now, they were wanted down in California just because of the Zorro. So then they both got caught, and after they were just coming to California. Then the people there, they had posters all around. And it says the two boys, they look just the same the two men, they look just the same like on a poster. So then it says wanted, and after people there, they all catch them to try to catch them. But then at the end they escape. One man escapes, but the other one gets caught by this California leader. Yeah. Yes, he gets caught. As I said, he looks like my dad. not the man.
Yeah.
Not, but the California leader.
Yeah.
And then after he killed, well, he tried the second man. He tried to run away, but then he got shot. And after, and then his other brother, he tried to save him, but then he got the shot. So then after, the California leader just got out his sword and just sliced off his head.
Oh, okay.
And then they covered it in a whole bag.
Oh, okay.
A big bag and like a sack,
Yeah.
and then took it away and just dumped it into a big hole. And then they cut the head and they cut off the hands.
Yeah.
And put them in small jars and water, and they drink the water from it.
Oh, okay. So this is So that was the man that looks like your dad in the film. Done that. Oh, okay. So you're watching that film, and you said Abraham's come in and said, "Who's been touching you?"
Yeah.
And why do you think he said that?
I don't know. He just came in. He did just come in. He came with my mum.
Yeah.
And he said, I think he was planning to get me and Gabriel in trouble, I think.
Yeah.
But he just said, "Who's touching you? Who had learned you to touch each other?"
And were you touching each other?
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah, but then after, we just watched my friend Sophie from my school. She touches me.
Who? Sophie?
Yeah, she's my friend, but not really.
Oh,
She
okay.
just bullies me and all kind of stuff.
Okay.
And she touches my private.
Okay. So she's
But
a friend of
actually,
yours?
Yes, but she's not my friend actually.
Yeah.
But she learned me to do that because I don't know where she got that from, but she just done it to me.
Oh, okay. So Sophie showed you how to do it?
Yes, and then that's after she
And
said,
what did
"Do
she
it."
show you to do?
So she touched me, and then she said, "Touch me." So then I said, "No, that's wrong." So then after she just told me, she just took my hand and just showed took my hand and grabbed my hand and touched it to her private.
Oh, okay.
And after I said, "Don't do that, Sophie, or you won't be my friend." And she said she does not care. And she said to me to do it to my brother, and then she'll give me a whole big packet of sweets.
And did she?
No, she said, "I'll give you a whole big packet of sweets tomorrow if you touch your brother forever." So then I touched Gabriel, and then after the next day, when she said she'll give me a packet of sweets,
Yeah.
she told me. She said, and after I said, "Where's the packet of sweets that you promised me?"
Yeah.
And she said, "I'm just joking. I'll never give you a packet of sweets."
Oh, okay. So Abraham's seen you touching your brother, and then what's happened?
And after when he said, "Who learned you to touch?" and all that, and I said, "Sophie learned me to touch Gabriel."
Yeah.
But then he didn't believe me, so then he said, "No, someone else." And then I just said, it was just Sophie and my friends. That's who they taught me to do that.
Yeah.
And he said, "No, it's your dad." So then I just done really, got blank.
Okay.
I just thought, why would he say my dad even though it's not true?
Okay. So did your dad teach you?
And really Sophie and
Okay.
me and Ella.
So the stuff that happened in the church and the swimming pool at school, did any of that really happen?
No, that was all made up.
It was all made up?
He told me to say that, and I said, "Why, Abraham? That's not true, though."
Okay. So
But then he said, "Yes, that is true. So don't lie. Just
So-
say that to the police."
how did you think about, because you told me about they all dance around with baby skulls. How
Yes,
did you think of that idea?
Because he went like this. They dance around with baby skulls in the church, don't they? That's what Abraham told me. And I said, "No, they don't." And he said, "Yes, they do. Stop lying. You're a little brat." That's what he told me.
Oh, okay. So he's told you, he's
So then
said,
after I kept on arguing with him
Yeah.
that I didn't. And then he
Yeah.
said that I'm not arguing with you. You did do that, stupid little
Okay.
cunt. That's what he told me.
oh, okay, that's not very nice, is it?
Well, I just thought I'll just say yes, he did do. My father did
Okay.
do that.
Alright. So, and then what about the stuff that happened at the swimming pool?
No, it's
At
not
the
true.
dance? Not true.
He takes us to the swimming pool, but he just plays with us with the balls there in the swimming
Okay.
pool, and other people are there. But we
Okay.
don't know who.
And so what about all your teachers and all that?
They don't do it.
They don't do it.
They never even met my Mr. Hollins,
Yeah.
my teacher. He never even met my dad. He doesn't even know his name.
Have you been to his house? So
No.
that description you
That's
gave of
why
the house.
remember that time that time when you took us for me and gave it to show the house.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't show the house, because we didn't know where.
Okay.
So we just thought to do like a spare place.
Yeah.
But we didn't know which house. We just choose any.
And what happened? Because you went out before that, didn't you, with your mum?
Yeah, that's why he was so fed up with me and Gabriel.
Yeah.
That we didn't show the house. That's why we keep on like saying, it's over there. But then she said, my mum and Abraham said, no, that's a building where people work. So after I just got in trouble. So then.
What do you mean you got in trouble?
So then they hurt me a lot, and they said, let's go back home, and then the police.
They what you a lot? Sorry.
They hurt me a lot.
How?
So they called me bad words, which hurt my feelings a lot.
Right. Yeah.
And then they hurt me with the spoon because he said that he will take the spoon just in case.
Okay.
That's why I keep doing.
And whose car did you go in?
My mum. It's not our car. It's a taxi.
Oh, you went in a taxi.
Like the taxi knows about it.
And what taxi did you get? Do you know where
Just
from?
a normal cab. I don't know where from.
What car was it? Do you know?
Just a black normal cab.
Black cab. And where did you pick this cab up from?
I don't know. It's his friend. His friend Rob works in there.
Rob. Oh, okay. So you've got in this taxi, you've driven around and you couldn't see it.
And then after she told me to, my mum told me to show Mr. Hollings' house, and I was like, it's just over there down that road, and then there was just loads of houses lined up, and then she said, and then after Gabriel went with her to show the house, but then after, I stayed with Abraham in a taxi, and then when they came back, my mum took me, and then she said that that's the wrong road, that's not Highgate or anything.
Okay, so when we spoke, you told me a lot about Mr. Hollings' house, didn't you? You described everything about it. And you told me even what telly he had. What made you choose that telly?
Because at tennis, we go to tennis, and they have a Samsung.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know about this wardrobe with secret doors?
Yeah.
Because that's from the Zorro, Master of the Zorro movie.
It's from Master of Zorro.
Because the lead of California.
Yeah.
He got this kind of secret passageway through the wardrobe. I just saw that, and then there was one of the good people peeped at him. Would go to the passageway. So when he went out of the room, they went in the passageway and they got caught, and then after they got their head cut off.
I see. That makes sense now. What else? Come on, you've been to the doctors twice, didn't they?
Yeah.
You've been to the doctors twice.
Yeah.
And they said
but then I was really hoping that they'll find some scars or something.
Why?
And they did find some scars. I have no idea why.
You don't know why?
No, I have no idea why. I was hoping. I was hoping for.
Why was you hoping they'd find some?
Because then they'll say, you do not have any scars. So then I thought I'll get in trouble for not, because I don't have scars. Then there will be not. Then the whole thing is. Then I'll get in trouble for not. Then
has anyone ever put anything into your bum? What about into you call it your front bum as well? What about into your front bum?
No, it's only Abraham who kicks my privates.
He kicks your privates. What do you mean?
So because in Morocco he had this big boots.
Yeah.
Because it's muddy there.
Yeah.
Because it's in the mountains. So he just kicked me right in my front private.
Oh, okay.
And then to my bottom.
Okay.
But I keep on. That's why I'm so used to it. That's why I keep on going like that, and then keep on running away from him when he got his boots on.
Right, I see.
But then he's faster than me, so he just comes after me and just kicks me.
And you told me a lot about plastic willies and.
That was all not true because Sophie.
How did you know about those?
Sophie, she has an iPad Mini. And she likes sexy stuff and all this, and she showed me a picture of plastic willies sticking a bum.
Oh right.
So I got the idea of that. Because I was thinking it was in year 3.
Oh, in year 3. Oh no, right.
I'm in year 5 right now.
Oh, okay.
So I just remembered it from memory straight away, and then I just said, they stick plastic willies in my bottom, Abraham.
So how did Gabriel know about all that?
Because I told him. Because that time I told Gabriel that day when Sophie showed me on iPad Mini that she showed me this kind of stuff. And he said, ew, that's yucky, what's she done?
So can I make sure, so your dad's never done anything you don't like?
He's fine and he's good.
Okay. So, you made this up because
of all the stuff I just remembered what I saw, I know everything, but it's just all because of Abraham, because he keep on hitting me, he's telling me.
What do you mean keep on hitting you?
Well, he keeps on saying I'm gonna not live with them, he's gonna dig a hole in the field and dig me into it and then just leave me there and till I die.
Yeah.
Till I drown because they're going to put water at the top of me. And then after I got too scared.
And where did all this happen?
Morocco.
Did it happen in England at all?
No, it was in Morocco.
All in Morocco?
Yes, all in the middle of our holidays.
Okay. So has he ever done anything in England?
No.
Always in Morocco?
He never knew that.
Okay.
When he was in.
Okay.
And you know when he said that, did he tell you that he heard my father's voice?
I've heard something about on Skype.
No, because he said that he heard his voice on Skype.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not true. That's not true. And then he says that I am lying because he says I can see through you, Elisa, that you're lying. And I don't believe that.
Yeah.
Because I think this is what he does. He believes in lies.
Yeah.
Not in truth. He doesn't believe in truth, just lies.
Okay.
Because I lied to him all this time. Because
Okay.
that's why I keep on saying, changing things. I keep on saying, my father done that and then done that, and then after I keep on changing things because I didn't know what to say. That's why I keep on getting hurt, and that's why he thought I was lying.
Okay. So I'll make this. So you hurt your ear as well. The doctor said there's something wrong with your ear. Is that right?
No, but also I had an infection a long time ago.
Oh right. So
I had a big, I don't know what it was, but it was an infection. There was a big black mark on my ear inside.
Okay.
So then I had a special spray and I had to spray it in my ear every single day.
Did anyone else have that in your family?
No, it was only me.
See, that's why your ears. So you had an ear infection.
No,
You don't know why there's scars on your bum.
No.
But it's not because anyone's put anything in there.
I don't know. Maybe when I was little and when I was having a bath, I don't remember, but maybe I slipped or something.
Okay.
When I was coming out of the bath on Holycroft Avenue.
So, the other two things, when we spoke a lot, none of that's true.
Well, yes, but the thing is, when he just started, I just was fed up. I was just thinking that I don't care if I go to jail. I think I deserve to go to jail for lying so much.
You shouldn't. No. As I remember, what I've always told you that as long as you tell me everything, you won't get in trouble.
Yeah, but all
and that's
about
still
that
true
church,
now.
All about that church, all about the what's his name, Father Paul's room. It's all not true.
All not true. Okay.
That's why I was so worried that. That's why I was so worried that you won't find any skulls in the rooms.
Okay.
The rooms are true, not the secret rooms.
Yeah, no.
But the nursery room, all of that is true. But then I was so scared that you won't find the skulls in the church. So then I was so scared and worried.
It's fine. It's fine. But are you telling me the truth now?
Yeah, that's true.
Good. So you said it because Abraham kept going on you. You said Abraham has hit you and kicked you.
Yes, that's right.
And said things, but that was
Abraham
all in
is
Morocco.
The whole problem.
That was all in Morocco.
He was the whole problem. He made I didn't know. I didn't know what he done.
Okay. And why has your mum let this happen? Why do you think your mum's let him?
My mum believes. She believes in lies too, like Abraham.
And where was she when he kicked you?
She was just like at the front of Abraham.
Okay. And why do you think she let him do it? Did she try and stop it, or?
No, she never done that. Never.
Why?
Never ever. She'll never do that.
Why not?
No, because she loves him so much.
Yeah.
That she never shouts at Abraham.
Yeah.
But Abraham, when he's angry with me and Gabriel, when he says we lie, then he says swear words at the front of my mouth.
Okay. So, and before Abraham was in the house, I know when we met you was vegan, wasn't you? Raw vegan, is that right? And what was you before Abraham come in?
No, even before we were still raw vegan.
Oh, was you?
My mum but she never put nettles, grass, or anything in juices or anything.
But
She just put like apples,
Yeah.
all kind of stuff in. And she used to buy us vegetarian jelly beans, vegetarian sausage rolls, like, but not cereal, not always.
Yeah.
She bought a box of cereal, but only a tiny bit, maybe 3 times a week,
okay.
something like that, but not always. And then
And-
but since we were 6 or 5,
Yeah.
she used to buy us cereal. But then after, when we were 8 and 9,
Yeah.
then she stopped buying cereals and all stuff.
Okay. And with that, you call Abraham Papa Hemp, don't you?
Yeah, he told us to.
Why is that?
Because he keeps on saying, "I saved you, Elisa, so you better call me Papa Hemp."
Okay, he saved you. How did he save you?
He said that he saved us from my father.
Okay.
And I thought that was just so stupid what he said.
Do you like calling him Papa Hemp?
He
Okay.
said he's my real father.
And what do you
And he
think?
lied about that. And then he lied about him being my mum's sister. No, my mum's brother.
To who?
So he lied to me and Gabriel. He said that he's my mum's brother.
Okay.
Which is not true. I
It's not
thought
true.
that is so not true. My mum would have been black like him.
Yeah. Okay.
And then my grandma will be black like him too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And his father. Well, actually, yeah, his father and his mother would have been black. Well, my mother's mum and father,
Yeah.
they would have been black too.
Okay.
If Abraham wasn't my mum's brother.
Okay.
But if he wasn't my mum's brother, then he'll be white. He will be brown, and my mum will be white.
Okay. And what do you think about Abraham now?
I think he's just. I don't mean to be rude, but I think he's just an idiot.
Okay. And what? And why is it you're able to tell me now and you wasn't able to tell me before with Abraham?
Because I thought that before I was too scared to tell.
Yeah.
But then after, when you mentioned that if it's true or not about the babies, then I wanted to tell, because then I thought you'll never believe me then.
Okay.
Well, like before, but then when you mentioned it,
Yeah.
then I thought you might believe me.
Do you think you'd been caught out? Did you? Or?
No, I thought I would get in big trouble for like saying all kind of stuff like that and that and that.
Yeah. Okay. As I said, you're not in trouble, but thank you. No. And where is it you'd like to stay, if you could choose?
Carol.
In Carol's, not Carl's. Carol's, yeah.
Carol.
Yeah. Okay. What we'll do, we'll have a little break. I'm just going to have a chat with Carl, just quickly, just to make sure there's nothing else we need, and then I'll have a chat with your brother. Okay? Is that all right? You can watch a bit of Harry Potter or something while you're waiting. All right? Just give me 2 minutes. Just wait here while I speak to Carl. sorry. Just 1 minute. Just one or two questions. We talked a lot about Abraham, and what about your mum? Does she know about whether or not this is a truth or a lie? What you've been telling?
No. My mum believes in Abraham. Abraham says to my mum, it's all true.
And she believes it. And why do you think she believes it?
Well, really, she's not doing anything. She's just saying like, she's not saying anything really.
No.
She's just like nodding whenever Abraham says that. Do they do that? Do they do that? My mum keeps on when I say no, it's not true. It's not true about that. Then she says, and then she nods at Abraham, and then she just says, she nods at everything that what Abraham says.
Okay, so she just agrees with whatever Abraham says. Okay. Is there anything you'd like to ask me? Is there?
What are you going to do with my mum? What are you going to do with Abraham and my mum?
They obviously need to be asked about why, because I've spoken to your mum a couple of times, and I've told her off about asking you questions about it already, because I don't think it's fair that she should be asking you certain things, because I felt that she's putting under pressure. I thought she was putting you under pressure. So that's what's happened so far. That I've told your mum off already about speaking to you about it, and although she wasn't happy with that, I didn't think it was fair that she kept asking you and your brother. Really, I thought it was better that I ask you. So I've spoken to her there, and
how about Abraham?
Abraham, the same as well. I've told him. I've told him about, and I've told him that it's not fair about the spoon, and that's why he had to go to stay with Carol, because of what I wasn't happy.
But no, he's in another house living now.
But how? It's where we need to know and be sure that that's for forever. Do you see what I mean?
No, I just want. I can let my mum and Abraham live in.
I know.
By Patterson Road.
Sorry?
I can let my mum and Abraham live in by Patterson Road together.
Yeah.
There's no need really for him to go to.
Okay. Well, it might be that your mum wants you back. Do you see what I mean? So, at the moment, you don't think. Okay. Well, I'm sure it'll all come out really of what's going to happen. And also, we need to get your dad's opinion as well about where he thinks you should stay, don't we?
No,
So,
he's just my mum and her father will just say no. They want me and Gabriel, and that's all.
yeah.
But Abraham and my mum are gonna just because Abraham is not gonna just stay forever in that house where he's gonna live. He's just gonna come and visit us every single day.
Yeah.
That's what he will do.
Okay.
I know that because last time since we met him, he met us every single day when he was living in another house.
Is that what you think will happen?
Yes.
Okay.
I know that will happen.
All right. Well, we'll bear that in mind when everything decided what has to happen. At the moment, it's 5 minutes past 11. Okay. I'll pop you next door, then I'm going to have a chat with your brother. Is that all right? Yeah. Come on.